I talk about Disney Plus on the podcast.
I want to talk about Disney Plus on the podcast.
Because...
The podcast.
You want to get my feedback?
Well, I want to give my feedback, too.
You tried it already? You do a free trial?
Of Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I only seen The Mandalorian. Oh, there's more to it, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh.
Of course there's more to Disney than just a Mandalorian.
Hey, well, I just went for The Mandalorian.
All right, well,
But you know.
let's just get into it. Should we just start?
All right, let's do it.
Boys, let's get to it.
Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Lights, camera, action.
What's up, everybody? Three amigos and a podcast. This is what? Season 2, episode 23?
Coming to you live from Dean's living room.
From my couch on a Thursday. Everybody, it's your Friday. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Friday.
So yeah, we kind of bled in with it, but Disney Plus, guys.
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to hear.
Yeah. So, I do have Disney Plus.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh, you're trying to
Because
play
I got
coy.
Verizon
Oh, yeah.
with an
yeah.
unlimited plan, so
For
I
a
got it
year.
for free.
Nice.
Because you're right, I am too
Yeah,
frugal.
you're not gonna pay for that.
Yeah, I'm not going to get it, but...
That's
Yeah.
kind of cool. I didn't know Verizon did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have an unlimited plan, you get a free year of Disney Plus.
I don't have
Yeah.
Verizon.
I saved your brother on that because he has Verizon. I told him, he was like, really? That's a thing? I was like, yeah.
No, I got him on mine. I signed it up with ours.
You have Verizon?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah. He's on the same account.
He didn't know that. He thought he was
Well,
paying for it.
Yeah, I'd sent him the thing. Yeah, he signed up for it, and I told him about it, and then it's like, yo, just so you know, signing up,
No, I signed him up.
get in on this.
I'm
So,
taking
what do you
credit.
think?
Of which?
Well, Disney Plus.
Disney Plus overall, I didn't really explore it too much. I just kind of like glossed through. It looks incredible just for the amount of content that they have.
There's a lot of shit that's not available yet, though.
And that's the other thing. I haven't really looked too much into like other shows
Mighty
that are
Ducks
coming
isn't
out.
available until January 1st. The Pirates of the Caribbean, the most recent one,
Yeah.
isn't available until December 2020.
What?
It's because it's on contract with Netflix.
Oh,
Like, there's a bunch of those that like are there.
I didn't know that they. I thought it was like. I thought the contracts that they had were like you can have it on Netflix, but we can also show.
I don't
it was,
know.
like, an
I'll have to look
exclusive.
that up because there's a few like Mighty Ducks. Those aren't available,
Yeah.
and then I
It's on
can't.
HBO now if you need it.
Yeah, but I think that might be why it's not available.
Oh, it's like you can only do it at one place.
Like
or
an
whatever.
exclusive
Yeah, contract
streaming
thing.
contract.
But it's cool. I feel like once the nostalgia like is kicked in, like 'cause we watched a bunch of like we watched Brink.
Nice,
Yeah, we watched Johnny Tsunami,
of course.
All the good
Obviously.
ones.
and so once that like kind of kicks out, like you're basically paying to watch The Mandalorian. So I was like Disney did it right by like releasing them week after week. I was like, these little bastards know how to get money.
Yeah, they know that you can't binge it, and they know that it's like we'll give because I think the regular one it's like a 7-day free trial,
Yeah,
and it's like they know
Yeah,
that
you can
can't
watch
do
one
it in
episode
7
of it,
days.
yeah.
It's like we'll give you 2 episodes because if you
Yeah.
bought it on that Tuesday, like
Mhm.
we'll give you both. But yeah, man, they're smart for that.
but it's cool. I realized that there wasn't a lot of Disney shows that I actually liked growing up. Even Stevens wasn't on there, but like it was mostly just the Disney Channel original movie. So we'll get into like the
I was,
Smart House.
I was a Cartoon Network kid
Yeah, I
growing up.
wasn't. I hated cartoons.
Dude, I
Ed,
don't know
Ed,
about
and
you
Eddie,
guys.
Still hate cartoons.
Codename Kids
I love
Next
all the
Door.
content on there, man. Like everything I'm seeing on there, that's all I used to watch.
Did
when
you
growing
like
up.
make a watch list yet?
Yeah, I made a massive.
I was
watch
gonna
list.
say like
I made a massive watch list. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch every single one of these movies.
That was the first thing I did, and I did it without Shaylee being downstairs. So I was like, I'm not gonna add the ones that she obviously wants, like all the like Disney original movie or like Lion King, Aladdin, things like that. I just added crap that like all the Marvel, all the Star Wars, but like it's just all there.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go through and watch all of the Marvel.
legit
movies.
have,
Even
like,
though
100
They're missing a couple of the Marvel movies too.
Spider-Man.
They're like missing. Like Hulk isn't on there. Like you can go through from start to finish.
I
and
don't
watch
think
all of
Hulk
them.
will be on there.
Yeah, they have a few others too. That Thor Ragnarok's not on there.
I think that's another one that's because it's on contract with Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix.
But they have a couple. I just couldn't think of all of them.
Yeah, Ragnarok's definitely.
Ant-Man and Wasp that's not on there, is it? I don't think so.
I think so. Ant-Man for sure is. I don't know if Ant-Man.
Yeah, first Ant-Man is, and then let's see. Yeah, and all the Star Wars movies. I'm probably just gonna go through and watch all those movies.
I know. I was like, what do I want to start with? Do I want to start with the Marvel movies front to back, or do I want to start with
you got to do the series.
Yeah.
When you watch Star Wars, are you gonna go in like the chronological order that they have set out? Or are you gonna do like the
new when they came out?
Yeah.
No, I'll go chronological.
There you go.
I think it's the only way to watch it properly, especially now that there's 4 more.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that the Pirates of the Caribbean, the last one, wasn't on there. I love that series.
Yeah, that's what, like, and that was the other one. I was like, I really
like,
don't know which series to start because like Pirates is one of my all-time favorites.
I'll probably go Star Wars, Pirates, Marvel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because Marvel seems like too recent. Where I'm like,
you've seen them.
I've seen them a lot. Star Wars, is
Star Wars too. Like so I texted you guys about it last night. You guys aren't texting me back.
Yeah, are we going to Star Wars? I know Brandon is. I'm down.
Yeah, dude.
We didn't get included.
No, and Enrique bought the tickets.
We didn't
get on in.
We didn't get included.
Oh,
I just message him. He's got all the details. I just send him the money.
We're gonna have to talk to Enrique because
this is the first
time
too.
That like he's never included us.
No, he's
the only reason I knew that they were going was because of their mom.
Because of my mom.
Yeah.
Why?
Because when I was over there last weekend. I was like, oh, you just got back from visiting Michelle in Hawaii, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, is she coming back for the holidays? She goes, no, Enrique's flying her out for Star Wars.
Yeah, Enrique.
And I didn't say anything then because I was like, ooh.
Oh. You took it personal.
Flying her out, but not even telling us.
My brother's the one who coordinates all of it.
I was going to say, it's not you, Brandon, but it's kind of your fault.
But at the same time, it's like, you didn't think about us.
What?
It's all right.
You didn't.
He has the.
Is Sarah going to be back?
She will be.
It's going to be the Claremont Town Square is pretty much the go-to.
The one right by my house. Fantastic.
Because it's the cheapest. It's the cheapest movie theater.
Yeah.
By like a long shot, and they serve like drinks and stuff there.
That Ultrastar down there is pretty cheap too.
Ultrastar's cheap. We always just struggle because they don't do assigned seats.
Yeah.
No, they do now. The Claremont one?
No.
No, the Ultrastar doesn't.
No, that's one of the reasons I like the Claremont Square.
I like the assigned seats, yeah.
It's definitely like, have you been to an AMC lately?
I don't really go to them.
I don't like AMC. They're too expensive.
But the quality of the screen is definitely better there.
Yeah, at AMC?
Than at the Square.
Yeah. The Square's kind of...
But like,
it's a little dirty,
but whatever.
But
anyways,
it's $8.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, how were your guys' takes on The Mandalorian?
It's awesome, man. Like, you could tell they spent a crap ton of money on it.
Honestly, the fight scenes look pretty awesome.
Yeah. The fight scenes were incredible.
How about that? So, I got to tell you this really funny story real quick.
All right.
So, when I was a kid, I loved Star Wars. My brother was like one of the first movies he ever like took me to go see was Star Wars. And when I was a kid, I had this book and it had all the information about Star Wars in it. And so like I knew before the like Phantom Menace series came out, that the Palpatine was the Emperor because it like told me in that book. And the freaking that was a huge hit.
That was such a cheap shot.
Yeah, it was. So like I knew all that, but I was going through the book and I was like, Noah, what is Yoda? He's like, what are you talking about? Like, what's his species? Like, is he a cat?
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know. So my brother texted me today and he was like, oh my God, did you watch The Mandalorian? I was like, oh yeah, I watched it. And he's like, 20 years later, I'm finally going to be able to answer the only question that I couldn't answer when you were a kid.
Yeah.
He's like, sorry, little brother, I'm going to have your answer soon.
That's good.
So that little like Yoda species there at the end.
Yeah. I know, that was so cool. And it was like, he's been alive for 50 years. He was like, wait, what? Saw the little baby?
It's not him, though.
Yeah, no, I know it's not him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it was like a cool...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So this one, I think, chronologically is supposed to take place between, was it 6 and 7, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what I've been told.
Yeah, I think around that time. But still, it was just yeah. The way Jon Favreau did all of it, just incredible.
I know. I was telling Shaylee he was the producer, and she was like, "What?"
I know. When I saw that,
he's got his
end,
hands in everything.
That dude's busy as shit.
Yeah, I had no idea. Like everything.
Yeah, but overall, I can't wait for tomorrow.
The guy who's the Mandalorian is the guy from Game of Thrones too. Oberon.
Oh yeah.
You raped her.
Yeah.
You murdered her.
Yeah, that's him. Say it.
Say it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm excited for the whole series though. Like,
it's gonna be legit.
It's gonna be legit. I'm excited for it.
They definitely put like Star Wars like quality into it too. It's not like just some bogus TV show where like they're doing everything on a green screen.
Yeah, and I thought it was good because Brandon, as you said, like it takes place between like 6 and 7, and kind of like the way that those movies were shot. Obviously, like some of the graphics weren't perfect, and like the animals and stuff in this one, they definitely looked extreme. Like that's very. They don't even try to make it like a real type animal. They didn't try to make it like a horse looking thing. Like, I don't know. I just thought that was cool. I was like, this is real Star Wars. But yeah, I really enjoyed
production value's definitely there. Like you could tell they spent an arm and a leg to make sure this was
$120 million.
Yeah,
something like that.
Jesus, damn. But anyways, besides that, how's you guys' weeks?
Good. We practiced on Saturday. That was fun.
That was a really
nice
good time.
little scrimmage.
Yep. Hope you over there at the formerly known All Bad podcast, now just known as Enrique and Philly Phil.
Yeah, I was talking a little smack to Enrique. I was like, just so you know, while you guys were off having a good old time in Vegas, we were out scrimmaging, practicing. We're coming for blood.
That's right.
And they should be scared.
Going for that shutout.
That's right.
I don't even care what they're doing, because focus on winners. Focus on.
So
winning.
we got the white Jalen Ramsey over here.
Dude, putting it down. It was good practice for me though, man. I needed that.
We got Pat Mahomes over here.
I was feeling it. My arm was so sore the next day. It was like fine after I left, and Shaylee was like, "Oh, how's your arm?" I was like, "It's fine." If I had always had shoulder issues. I like the next morning I woke up, I was like, "Oh my god!" She's like, "How many balls do you throw?" I was like, 100. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a good time. My hips were actually a little sore too. I was like, "Oh man,
it's been a minute."
It's been a little bit, but
it wasn't sore in a bad way. Not like I couldn't do it again, but I was like, "Ooh, it's been a long time since I've used those muscles."
Well, honestly, like afterwards, I was talking to Sarah and stuff. She's like, "How'd it go?" First thing I said, "Still got it."
That's literally exactly what I said to Shaylee. She's like, "How'd it go?" I was like, "Still got it.
Still got it. I could be out there. Still got it." Yeah, that was fun. That was a good highlight of the weekend. What else did you guys do? Sunday, anything fun?
Took Jax over to one of my clients' house. Had a little puppy play date. It was fun.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well, you be anything?
Monday actually for Veterans Day had my in-person interview with Qdoba, and
you're not worried about anybody at your work listening?
No, nobody from my work listens. But I was spreading the word of the Three Amigos in a podcast after the interview.
Nice.
So they're like, "Hey, what's this podcast thing you do?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's just me and my buddies, having a good."
It's on your resume?
Yeah, I put it on there.
Ooh, that's dope. That's dope. I put it on mine too.
Yeah,
that interview at my place.
I put it on there, and the guy was like, he was kind of trash talking because he didn't like that we didn't like get into some of the hot topics though. So he was saying like, us not digging in on some of the
like what?
So like some of like the
Colin Kaepernick.
No, he was like talking like the China thing with the NBA, and he was also giving us shit because we haven't really talked too much about Chargers to London that much. And I'm like, well,
it's not going to happen.
Did he listen?
No, but he's like, he was asking me about it, and I'm like, well, we didn't really think that was that big of an issue. He's like, well, this isn't hot topics. These aren't hot. These aren't hot topics.
He clearly
They're
still
warm
watches
topics.
ESPN. Well,
I'm just kidding. He's probably.
But anyway,
to answer those, like, one, we don't like to get political in any sense on the podcast. Just
if he's listening now,
it's not right. And then two, we got a Chargers fan still on here, and
it's not going to happen. Like they're not going to like. It's not that like the. I mean, for us not talking about it, I'll just say that like the Jaguars owner and the other owners in the NFL hate Dean Spanos. They will never allow him to jump over the pond.
Well, that just seemed more or less like not him jumping
like them
over,
trying to push,
but him forcing.
Yeah, I still think that the Jaguars owner wants to go there, and so he'd be like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, we're gonna be the one that does it. We're gonna make the monies. Yeah, but and as much as I want to make fun of like the Chargers and I want to give you shit for it, like I just can't. It just seems mean.
I just can't.
It's just
it is what it is, man. I don't want to talk about it.
It's just an ill will. Anyway, but yeah, my weekend was pretty good. Just kind of hung out around the house. Got Enrique and James addicted to sports gambling, which was nice. Counted that as a win.
It's a win?
Yeah.
Well, if we can't beat them in flag football, we can bankrupt their bank accounts.
Why? Brandon's next. I'm going to get Brandon going pretty soon.
Yeah.
Not me?
No.
Why not?
Shaylee won't allow that to happen.
She won't allow that. Nah.
No, you have a future. Brandon,
future.
No,
I don't. Well, he knows I'm easily corruptible in that regard.
That's very true.
If I wanted to do it, I would already be doing it.
No, I just enjoy gambling a little too much.
Well, plus, I feel like, Ryan, you do it vicariously through me because I'll ask you.
Yeah.
So then it's like, here we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go.
He's like, I don't want to have you vested in this because I need your clear mind.
Clear mind, full heart, can't lose. That's the way we do it. Right there.
It is. Friday Night Lights.
Let's talk about some sports, man.
Let's do sports.
Let's dig in.
Well, let's do the real highlight of the weekend. It's the Padres.
And see if it says SD because I can't tell if it's like Tampa Bay or Milwaukee or one of these other navy and white teams. Now they're going to have a distinct jersey so you can actually tell if it's them.
So overall, favorite jersey?
The whites.
Yeah,
the home whites.
The tans are awesome too, though. Like
all three of them are sweet.
Yeah, the brown, I mean, like it's just different, like accent colors.
Yeah,
but it's the same like alternate they had last year. But it looks really good. It looks clean. They did a really good job with it.
I was trying to pull it up right now, but the like they always do that salute to the military one. It's like the sand one. Do you not like that one?
No, he's talking about Jalen Samuels who just got a touchdown.
Oh.
Hey, you're telling me that could have been James Conner right now.
If only I was Juju Smith-Schuster. No, I was kidding.
Why? You have Juju?
I don't know. I was saying he was out. I told Kamish, put him in.
God.
I'm just saying.
Dude, honestly, that's like the only thing he's done all game. It's probably the only thing he's going to do.
But that's still a touchdown.
8 points.
That's still a touchdown.
Fuck. He's got -4 receiving yards.
Oh, it's because that
7 yard. Like,
Yep.
That was like a rush technically because he tossed it laterally.
Anyways, back to it.
Sorry.
So yeah, that like salute to military one. I can't find it. I saw a picture of it.
Oh yeah, it looks good.
That one looks really sick too.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
They had it on their Instagram. It's not drastically different than the original ones that they had. I saw some dudes like, I don't understand why you guys like the Navy ones were better, and he's like, well, these are the official Navy colors now. So like the Padres actually commented back on it. I was like, good for you guys.
Yeah, they were being super responsive on social media.
Yeah,
those ones. Yep.
I feel like the Padres in general are pretty responsive on social media.
So they're not green or they're not brown anymore. They're green and brown.
Yeah, they're like more real camo.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool little touch that they did. But yeah, man, I can't wait to get one. Can't wait to those.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Yeah, they're doing Fan Fest. Enrique asked me. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, January 20th.
That's like I think it's the 11th, isn't it?
Or 11th? Is that what it is? Yeah, I'm down. I went a couple years ago.
Yeah,
it's fun.
I'm down.
Yeah, we used to all go. Remember?
Yeah, we went a couple years ago.
It's been a while since I've gone.
But yeah,
last time I went, the team really sucked.
Yeah, I think I met Cameron Maben.
Yeah, Will Venable. I've met Will Venable a handful of times. It's like now I see him like, all right, whatever, dude.
You're like, dude, will you quit shopping at this Ralph's? No,
yeah, dude, come on, man,
go somewhere. But also we had awards week in Major League Baseball. Just run through them real quick. Cy Young winners, Justin Verlander won his second, and Jacob deGrom won his second in back-to-back years. Those are just two dominant pitchers. Like,
yeah, honestly,
it's
yeah.
it's just ridiculous. AL and NL Rookie of the Year. AL we had Yordan Alvarez, which I kind of feel like the competition obviously wasn't huge in the American League, but still to have a DH be the Rookie of the Year, it's just kind of like it just adds to the narrative of the long ball being.
He was like the winner by default, essentially, because there was nobody else contending, which is a bummer because the National League was so stacked.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's exactly what I mean. And then in the NL, obviously, it was Pete Alonso.
We all knew that was going to be the selection.
He just had a crazy year.
Mike Soroka finished in second, and then our boy Tatis in third.
Tatis would have had a lot more votes if he played a full season. No doubt.
I think they're neck and neck.
Yeah, he could have won it. But yeah, so good for Pete Alonso. Then the AL NL MVP, NL goes to Cody Bellinger, and the best player to play baseball, Mike Trout, wins his third MVP.
I'm surprised it's only been his third MVP, to be honest. That guy's just such a stud. Bellinger had a phenomenal year, and really hard to match what he contributed for the Dodgers, even though they tanked hard in the playoffs. But
regular season awards, the best players won.
Yep, exactly. So you got to ignore that postseason. The votes are already casted by then too, I think.
Yeah, they are.
They just don't reveal it until now.
But yeah, that was all the awards.
All right.
I don't really care to talk about the Coach of the Year or any of those. Those are just kind of
honestly. The only one I gave a shit about was Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. No, MVP. I thought the MVP race was...
It was tight.
It was tight, and then until... what's his name for the Brewers?
Christian Yelich.
Yeah, Christian Yelich went down.
Yeah, so. I liked... I just had, I had a rooting interest in Tatis. Would have loved to see him get a little bit more votes, but... Mm-hmm. Whatever. I mean, we knew he was going to finish in first and thought he was pretty much destined for third after the injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was nice. Then we had qualifying offer week this week. 2 players accepted. Twins pitcher Odorizzi and the White Sox Jose Abreu accepted their offer. And then we had 10 players reject their offers, and a lot of big names in this. We had Gerrit, Cole, Josh Donaldson, Marcell, Ozuna, Madison, Bumgarner, Will Smith, who actually got signed by the Braves today to a 3-year, $39 million contract, Zach Wheeler, Anthony Rendon, and Steven Strasburg.
Jeez.
I wish they'd get rid of this qualifying offer, by the way.
Me too.
I think it's kind of a stupid thing.
Yeah.
You're penalizing the players, not the organization.
Well, then you penalize the organization that signs them.
Yeah. And you're penalizing the organ. Yeah, exactly. And so it's not really making an impact on retaining players versus losing them. Yeah, it's like
you're not really helping anybody out.
It just hurts more than it helps. Yeah. And I would certainly love to. Almost every player rejects it too. I mean, this is rare when you have multiple guys accept it. And it's like guys who are coming off of down years.
Yeah, it's all it is.
It's like you can really you could structure it a different way where it was kind of more like a player option type thing, or if the player wants to opt in or out or whatever you want. They could get creative like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but we have the winter meeting starting this week. AJ Preller already said that he expects or that the Padres have flexibility to move around in the offseason. So clearly, I think we've all been saying it, going after a frontline starter, going after a big arm.
There's going to be some big moves.
I'm a little shocked to see the reports that they're already interested in Madison Bumgarner, because I don't imagine that he's going to be drastically cheaper than Gerrit Cole.
I feel like he'll be way cheaper than those guys, though, because Gerrit Cole's going to get an arm and a leg.
They're both going to get around $30 million a year, but I mean, he's probably still going to be sitting up around 2025.
You think
Myers.
Yeah,
Because they're still going to want to trade for a front of the line starter, and they're still going to want to trade for an outfield spot.
the one quote that I saw was from Ron Fowler, the owner of the Padres. He had said that they view their players as currency right now. So honestly, I don't see the free agent market being kind of their primary avenue to get moves with this offseason. I see it mostly through the trade market. One of the guys they also were tied to is Zach Wheeler. So is Bumgarner.
I've heard Zach Wheeler is another guy that's going to be probably bringing in around $20 million.
And that was going to be my person that I would want them to go after. Is like,
really
not for $20 million.
I'm not into Zach Wheeler that much.
I'm more into Zach Wheeler than I am to Madison Bumgarner.
I wouldn't. No, not for me. If they're
Bumgarner's
going to be
least
making the same amount of money, I want Madison Bumgarner.
But that's the other thing. I don't see them being on the same. Like, I think Zach Wheeler is going to be a cheaper option than.
I think that he is, but I think that his agent and everybody out there thinks that there's a bad team out there or a team that's going to overpay for him, and that somebody will do it. Somebody that's like, we want to bring this guy on,
we're pretty much primed for it. We're desperate at this point. We want wins. Our owner is committed to fielding a winning team, and we haven't done it yet.
12 to 15 range, I'm fine with Wheeler. That's great, but for $20 million a year, no, pass.
No, this is a big off season for this team, and
there's a lot of players. I mean, now that we've kind of seen what these players can do, you get an idea of who is expendable, and definitely seeing Luis Urias' name up there in some trade conversations, and that makes sense. I mean,
well, I felt like that was just because of one misquoted thing, though.
No, I think a lot of it is because they think that they can sign a player like maybe a Mike Moustakas or something like that in the offseason that can play second base and come in and be a better offensive option. And they can move Luis Urias and package him up for a front of the line starter. Now you're looking at Moustakas, Tatis, Hosmer, and Machado in an infield with potentially a front of the line starter added as well, being able to package up some prospects. So it makes sense in theory. It's just a matter of, can you get the right chips in the right pieces to get the right player?
Yeah, I will say that I like the organization's focus now on being yes, we have all these top prospects, but they're not all going to be Padres. Yeah, I felt beforehand it was these are prospects.
We're holding on to them.
This is the future of the Padres, and now it's we're getting real and saying they can't all be Padres. And I love it's good outlook on where you need to go.
Well, it's the same thing that they kind of started doing when they got rid of Franmil Reyes. It was we know this is a guy that he's a fan favorite for sure, but he doesn't fit in with our long-term plans. We got to go out and get somebody that does.
Yeah,
and obviously the jury's still out on whether or not that trade benefit us, but it seems to be what their whole game plan is utilizing these players now, and they showcased a lot of them last year. A lot.
We've been talking about it for a while. There's just certain players. Josh Naylor's been a name that I feel like we've always viewed him as a trade piece. There's other guys. I think rotationally speaking, we still have some guys that are still trade pieces. Lucchesi, Lauer, even Donaldson Lamet probably is a trade piece.
No.
I'd be willing to trade him for the right option.
No. That's the only one. You can take the rest of them. I don't care. You're not taking Lamet.
Even Paddock?
No. I meant the other guys you said.
Oh. Well, if you could package up Lamet and some of those other guys and get Mookie Betts, you wouldn't.
Oh yeah. But I mean,
I'm saying
that. If we're talking Mookie Betts, Chris Bryant,
yeah. Oh, that's what I'm saying. They're still trade pieces.
Yeah.
To me, Paddock is hands off. I wouldn't put him in. He's an untouchable. I'm not packaging him up for Betts or anyone outside of basically Mike Trout at this point.
Lamet, I'm so excited to have him back for a healthy year. I think that he's gonna have with an off season, being able to learn how to control his slider better. I think he's gonna pitch phenomenally next year. But no, I totally agree. If somebody came calling hey, we want Lamet, we want Urias, and we want who's the guy that you said you like Patino, right?
Yeah, I don't want Patino.
Who's the other guy then? Morahan. We want those
Adrian
three.
Morahan. You can take him
for Mookie Betts. We're fuck yeah, okay.
Yeah,
you have all three of those guys.
Yeah, we'll take them.
Yeah,
even though it'll be
money
for a 1-year deal.
Yeah, but Gore, Paddock, and I would say Trammell. No fucking way.
And Patino.
Patino.
Throw Patino.
And Patino.
Throw Patino in there. No, yeah, we have a lot of trade pieces, and I think it's going to be good to see what the team views, like which players they view as a part of their long-term plan, and which ones they view as more of trade assets, because we're going to have more clarity on that going forward.
Yeah.
And
especially in these upcoming weeks.
Well,
It's
we're talking about like some big trade pieces right now, but like there's some smaller ones out there where it's like you could sprinkle in a Lauer and maybe a Naylor and get like a number 3 or 4 starter, and that would be huge for the Padres.
a proven piece.
Yeah.
We don't have very many proven pieces on this roster outside of the big expenditure players.
Yeah.
The Hosmer and the
And that's what I mean. Like
Machado.
there's quality players out there that like we don't have to spend an arm and a leg on as far as prospects go.
Mhm.
And so being able to utilize those prospects is going to be hopefully where AJ Preller makes his money.
And that's where he should make his money. It's like those are your best trade pieces.
Yeah.
And those are the things that it's like you can move around a little bit.
Definitely.
Speaking of like prospects and stuff like that, and finally somebody that came up into the big leagues, Padres talking about the extension for Fernando Tatis.
Yes. Gosh, 10 years, 12, 15. What do you want? Give it to
How
him.
much do you want?
Dude,
I'm just kidding. They're
You
gonna
want a
do it
life,
for
you
was
can-
it 6, right? 6.
I didn't see the figures or anything like that, but
But I think
honestly,
that's normally what
the
they
talk.
do when they're buying out the.
so you could hypothetically, it would probably be more than 6. I'd have to think, because I think he's arbitration eligible for like the first 5 years. So you basically, your job is what you're doing is you're buying out free agent years, these
Yeah.
unrestricted
Yeah.
years, and then you eliminate the arbitration process altogether, and you have a happy player who's playing for you under a contract that he doesn't feel like he's being taken advantage of.
and it's
For a long
it's still
period
more
of time.
team friendly too.
Well, it's still. I mean, you're giving him some of the money up front.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
like in those free agent years when you'd be normally paying him like $30 million a year, you're giving him, that's spread out more evenly. He's getting probably like 17 to
Yeah.
20 million a year, and he's getting that. And it also allows the team to have a better image of what their payroll is going to look
Long-term.
like long term, and
What they can afford to spend and where.
yes, exactly. So, honestly, if they signed him, I have all the confidence that this guy's going to be a superstar going forward.
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
And I know he likes to play hard. He has that injury risk. I think that's the only thing that's kind of a red flag. But
He'll
honestly,
learn how to. I mean that
well,
doesn't concern me.
He has said some stubborn stuff. He's like, I'm gonna not change the way I play, which at some point he'll learn his lesson.
Well, and that's the thing.
But
though.
he's
It's like,
young.
That's just a young
athletes
player.
learn as they go. Like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
saying that right now, and I don't think anybody's really paying any mind. Like, oh, he's never going to change the way he plays.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we don't want him to.
But
Yeah.
that's like, I think it's more or less like you relate it to a scrambling quarterback that's like, no, I'm not going to run out of bounds. I'm going to slide for the extra yards,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And it's like, well, you could get hurt one day.
You take away
need
his
to not.
competitiveness. You take away the player that he is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When it's like,
No, I have no issue with the style of play. He'll learn his lesson. That's the only thing that could kind of like backfire on us in this long term, signing.
I don't
But
But
think
he's
it's
got
like-
he's
I
got
think
a
it's
full
like a-
off season to get healthy.
Yeah.
Like it, and work like his body is continuously growing. He's 20 years old.
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
He's so
he's-
young.
and honestly, I think he could have come back earlier last year. I think it was more along the lines of, we're not making the playoffs this year. Why are we rushing our
Exactly.
20-year-old future superstar MVP caliber talent back
Exactly.
early after he yoinked his back swinging on swinging a miss on that pitch?
Exactly. It's like there's no reason for it. If we're a contending team, that's a different story, and he
Yeah.
would be out there.
Yeah.
He's a player that's competitive and wants to be on the field to help his
Mhm.
team. So
He's going to be a stud. I'm excited. I forgot how great his numbers were. Somebody was like talking about his numbers and they flashed them up on the screen. I'm like, oh shit, this guy was hitting 300,
Yeah.
over 20 home runs.
Yep.
He was like close to like 60 RBI. Like honestly,
For half a year.
well, just the
half
the team
of his
overall,
rookie
like
year too. Like
yeah, the
God.
dugout's hitting better when he's in it.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
you
like,
could tell the
scoring more
second
runs.
you could tell the second he went down that the morale dropped on the team and everything just kind of like. The year just fizzled out at that point.
Yeah.
We were hovering around 500 at the time, and then he went down, and we
Hovering
plummeted.
stopped.
Yeah, we plummeted heavily.
Yeah. last bit of baseball we want to talk about is this Astros ordeal.
Oh God,
Brandon, why don't you set the scene for us? Tell us what's going on.
well, it was back in the day, 2017. No, no,
All the way back then.
yeah, I think it was way back then. There,
It was
yeah.
back then.
Yeah, but yeah, the Astros they're under investigation currently by MLB for stealing signs, not the conventional way. They were utilizing like a high-tech camera to go steal these signs, relay them to their coaches, who would relay those signals over to the hitter, so they would know whether the pitch was an off-speed pitch or not.
Yeah.
And as a result, the Houston Astros strikeout percentage just dropped dramatically ever since. And they were like actually one of the league best, or they struck out one of the league least during that period. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I know it's kind of a polarizing topic now, but cheating, is it acceptable now, or is that something you have a little bit more respect for if you're trying to win games? I know they were on the bad side of it earlier by the Cardinals.
I'm all for stealing signs the conventional way. This is just bullshit.
Yeah,
I agree, because it's like stealing signs the conventional way is a part of baseball.
When
it's like learning a pitcher's tick, seeing something that somebody does.
Even
like,
if you have a guy on second base and he can pick off the signs like from the catcher, like, and they can do that in that short period of time.
Yeah.
Like, from what my understanding, it's like they throw these things into an algorithm, and like even if the catcher is like changing up their signs every inning, like the algorithm can figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's just ridiculous to me. I mean, it completely like diminish. Like, to me, this is worse than like the steroid use era in baseball.
Yeah.
Because now we're not talking about players having the ability to hit home runs. Like, we're talking about a lineup that doesn't strike out because they know, like, okay, it's 1-1. Like, okay, it's an off-speed pitch. I don't want to hit an off-speed pitch. I want something hard.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, 0-2. I'm getting a fastball. Okay, cool.
A time to swing away.
Yeah.
All right, I'm laying off this pitch down in the zone.
And that's the thing, is that knowing a pitch before it comes is more useful in baseball than having 20 more pounds of muscle.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, because even if you have 20 more pounds of muscle, you still got to hit the ball.
And
you
I
still
hope
don't know what's coming.
I hope the MLB, if they find something out, like, I hope they come down just as hard as they did with the steroid era, because it's bullshit. Like, and sure, like, we're Padres fans who strike out more than any team in baseball, who's clearly not doing this. But
God, if they did, that would be so bad.
But like, beside, I know,
they
right?
got caught doing it and they still have
Yeah,
these numbers. Yeah.
But like, it's beside the point, because we're not talking about players and coaches, stealing signs from a bench coach or from a catcher. We're talking about using technology to enhance players' abilities, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree, and like you said, right, I'm okay with the conventional way of stealing signs, because that's just a way of baseball, and that's like, it's like playing cards at that point.
Yeah.
You're like trying to read the player, and it's like, you're trying to read the person, and that's more than
And even
allowed.
like from a baseball standpoint, like getting inside a pitcher's head, like what are their tips? Like, even I think Steven Strasburg was saying it, like, he was like, oh, I was tipping off my curveball.
I was wiggling my glove too much, so I started fluttering it all the time. It's like,
so as a batter, it's your job to figure these things out. Like, you don't even have to do that.
No,
you know what pitch is coming.
Exactly.
Like, you already have that advantage against the pitcher.
One of the things I thought that was pretty funny was Carlos Beltran's under investigation, and he's the new Mets manager.
Yeah.
So this guy could honestly sign as the new manager of the Mets and hypothetically never, be a manager for even a single game for that organization, because these guys have a chance of being banned for life. I remember we saw it with the Braves. I think one of the Braves GMs, or it was a few years back, he got tied to something, as well as the Cardinals.
Cardinals, yeah.
They were stealing all the Astros farm ratings on all their players and stuff, so they were able to evaluate all their players based off of what they had an idea of.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that this needs to be.
They need to crack
needs
down.
to be taken seriously.
Oh, for sure.
It needs to be like.
I feel like we're hearing about it a lot too. I think I heard the Diamondbacks had some sketchy stuff going on as well a few years back.
Well, it's just like the Astros have been surrounded by these cheating things since like last year in the playoffs when they were playing the Yankees. It's like you had that whole thing of the cell phones where the security guard that was in the Yankees dugout had like a cell phone and got kicked out of the game because he was like sending pictures or signs or whatever it was to the other dugout, and it's just like you can't get away with it.
No,
it's just it just makes baseball look bad.
He was in their locker room. He was like,
I mean, think about it.
He wasn't in the locker room. He was
like
in
Aaron
the
Judge is wearing.
No, he was on the end of the dugout because he was like the security guard or whatever. But he was sending like, oh, they're talking about doing this, or I don't know what he was saying. But still, it's just one of those things that's like you can't be using that.
And think about this from a standpoint of like every issue that the Patriots ever had too, in the NFL. It's like if you had somebody in the other like offensive coordinator's office or in their headset and you knew exactly what play they were going to call before the play started, like they would never lose a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like, and it's the same thing. It has the same effect on the game of baseball as it would for the game of football.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyways, we'll switch over to some football. First, I want to bring up this. It was the college football game of the year, LSU and Alabama. Joe Burrow looked incredible. Tua obviously playing with that injury, but LSU is victorious over Alabama.
Huge win for LSU.
Yeah.
And can I just say, Joe Burrow was the quarterback at Ohio State last year before last, transferred to LSU. They would have went from Dwayne Haskins to Joe Burrow, but instead they have, Fields over there who's playing phenomenally as well. Like, this dude wasn't good enough to start behind, or, to start for Haskins. So he goes over to LSU, and he's probably going to be the first overall pick in the draft this year.
Yeah.
He's playing phenomenally. He's doing all the right things.
Exactly. He's doing all the right things. I love Coach O at the end of it in the locker room. He just goes, Roll Tide, what? Fuck you.
Yeah, right?
I thought that was
I love
hilarious.
Ed Orgeron. He was at USC for a little bit, and he got let go. But, it's going to be real tough for Alabama to sneak back in if LSU keeps playing this good. Clemson's got 3 more games. Georgia and LSU are going to play each other. But even at that, it's going to be extremely challenging to keep Alabama, or it's going to be really easy to keep Alabama out of the top 4 going through the rest of the season, especially considering Oregon, if they go through and they win the rest of their games, win a Pac-12 title, like you can't give it to an Alabama team that didn't play in it.
Yeah.
And they might. The college, football committee always seems to favor Alabama, so we'll see, but
Well, it's just crazy because they're 4th right now, right?
Alabama's 5th.
They're 5th?
They're 5th. Georgia's number 4, Clemson's number 3, Ohio State's 2, and LSU's 1. That's the college football rankings. You're looking at AP Top 25.
Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah, that's AP 25.
Oh, okay.
You want to look at the college football playoff rankings. The
But
AP 25 literally means nothing now. I don't even know why they put it out there.
But regardless, though, it's like we're looking at college football playoffs that's going to have a 1-loss team in it.
Oh yeah, at this point, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
But yeah, it's crazy that the way the college rankings got shaken up this week, especially with Penn State getting beat by Minnesota. That dropped them way out of it too.
Well, Penn State's still number 9.
Yeah.
Minnesota's number 8, and they're still 9-0. So there's definitely no respect, no love there for Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's going to come down to some pretty crazy games. Ohio State's going to have to play Minnesota at some point. Like I said, Georgia and LSU are going to have to play each other at some point. Clemson is about the only team that has a cakewalk going in.
And even that, Clemson, they have been blowing teams out, but still they've been giving up a lot of points too.
Yeah.
So
last week, they only 10 points there, 14. No, they haven't been giving up very many points. I think 20 is the most points that's been scored on them all year.
But even still, that was like a close game, wasn't it?
No,
it was. They blew them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't played a close game in a while. Or that was a close game, 21-20. You're right.
Yeah.
That was the one against North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, college football coming down to it. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, man, I love college football. I know you guys don't get into it as much, but college football is where it's at.
I've been paying a lot of attention to college football just because it's fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
It's good
Easy
to gamble
on. Yeah,
exactly. Spreads are always ridiculous. NFL Week 10. We didn't really review a lot of morning games because we thought there were going to be a lot of blowouts and just boring games, but the morning turned out to be electric. A lot of upsets. Yeah, the Falcons beating the Saints. I thought it was an upset with the Browns over the Bills.
for sure.
Titans beating the Chiefs, and the Dolphins winning 2 in a row against the Colts.
Yeah, I don't think any of the morning games went how I thought they were going to go. I think with the late scratch of Matt Stafford was about the only reason that I thought that the Bears would win that game, and he, of course, the Bears won.
Yeah.
The Ravens blew out the Bengals. That wasn't even close.
That was, yeah.
That
was the only game that I thought went the way I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, the Bills, though, I mean, it's tough, man. Their defense still playing great. It's just their offense couldn't keep the defense off the field.
Mm-hmm.
And the Browns just, they came back with like a minute and 40 seconds left and won the game. The Chiefs game, man, like the biggest thing with the Chiefs, and we've seen it since last year, they haven't put enough time, money, and effort into their front seven. And Derrick Henry ran all over them. I mean, it was, I think, going into the fourth quarter, and they were going for that last-minute field goal, and they were still running the ball with 2 minutes left. And they were picking up good chunks of yards there at the end of that game. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Tannehill only threw the ball 19 times.
Because he didn't need to.
And they still put up 35 points.
Yeah. And even though it's like the Chiefs are like one-dimensional in the sense of what they can do or what they're looking to do on offense. It's like
when their offense was on the field for a lot of the game, I mean, Mahomes threw the ball 50 times, and they still lost.
But that's what I mean. It's like they're one-dimensional in the sense of they just want they think Mahomes is going to be the answer and do it all.
And up to this point, I mean, you can't fault the team for believing in their star player. I mean, he's the MVP of the league, and I mean, barring injury, we're probably looking at him winning 2 years in a row. But it's not just about your offense being able to score points. And the thing that the Chiefs have been running into since last year, and I feel like it all started back with that loss that they had against the Chargers, was they score too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Other teams have the ability to have the ball last because they score quick. And then when it gets into the fourth quarter, they have a hard time, picking up short yardage, winding that clock down.
Yeah.
Solidifying a win.
Leading out the clock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, it's tough for me to say that the Chiefs are going to be another year of like Super Bowl contending, football, but to this point, their defense still is lacking a lot.
Agreed. And then going into the afternoon, we had the Cardinals and Bucks. That was a close game.
Good game.
Good game. Kyler Murray looks like he's kind of coming into his own, even though they lost that game.
Yeah, he had the one bad interception.
But even still, it's like he's doing a lot with his legs. He's kind of controlling that offense a lot better.
He's building confidence week in and week out. You can definitely see why he was the number 1 overall pick this last year, and you can definitely see why he gave up baseball to play football. He has the ability to get all of his players involved, and I think that's something that you look for in a veteran quarterback, and it's not something that you see with rookie quarterbacks. I mean, we all play fantasy football. How many times do we see, we draft a tight end because they have a rookie quarterback? It's like, that's my safety blanket. That's the dude that I'm always going to go to.
Yeah.
Or, whether it's, who was the other dude? Patrick Mahomes last year with Tyreek Hill. It's like, all right, yeah. I'm not a rookie, but it's my first full year playing. Like, I'm going to find that guy.
I know what I can do. I just have to put it deep.
Kyler Murray does a great job of spreading the ball around.
Yeah. And like you said, it is a thing that you look for in, that's a veteran quarterback trait.
Yeah.
It's somebody that knows that to keep a lot of wide receivers are divas, and we all know that. And to keep them interested in the game and to keep them running hard and running routes, you got to get them the ball.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
getting everybody involved is a great attribute.
Absolutely.
Then we had the MetLife Bowl, as Brandon coined it, Giants and the Jets. The Jets are the king of the MetLife. The Giants, man. I just don't even know with that team.
I felt like the Jets were due for a rebound after being humiliated by the Dolphins the week before.
But to come out like they did and, went out, it was like 34-20 or so,
34-27.
34-27.
Yeah.
It was just like a high-scoring game, and the Giants not just be able to stop that offense.
It was weird, though, because I felt like the Jets shut down Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
I
don't know if they shut him down if they just didn't get him the ball. Like, they shut him down early, yes, but at the same time, he only got...
he got 13 carries for 1 yard. Damn, that was weird.
That was weird.
Yeah, 13 carries for 1 yard.
But in
they shut him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's shutting a guy down. There's no other...
It got to a point where they just stopped giving him the ball because it was like, what the fuck can we do?
But it's like I don't know. It's like his 13 carries were spread out throughout the game. I understand what you're saying. Like, yes, 13 carries, 1 yard is being shut down. But it wasn't 13 and a half, or it wasn't like, I think it was like 5.5.
What are you talking about?
The amount of carries that they gave him. Like, they weren't giving him the ball.
He had 13 carries, though.
In total.
Yeah, total.
No, that's what I'm saying is like they weren't trying to get him going.
They weren't
the game
steadily
plan
feeding
wasn't
him the ball.
It wasn't like they gave him 25 carries.
When you're down by a bunch, you kind of have to abandon the run, though.
Yeah, they got down pretty early, 14-0. They came back.
But Saquon's like your saving grace. That's the guy that gets your offense going, in my eyes.
But
I understand from a football standpoint
that
you got to start throwing
shut
the
him
ball.
down, you got to try to beat him.
I'll put it to you this way. The Giants had a lead going into the fourth quarter, and they didn't even trust that they could shut them down with Saquon Barkley. So it wasn't like they got to the fourth quarter and I was like, all right, now we need to start feeding them the ball, which is what they should have done.
Yeah.
They just gave up on it. They're like, okay, fuck this. Like, we're not going to do that. So I get what you're saying. Like,
in the runs that I did see from, what Red Zone was showing and stuff like that, obviously later games, so it was a lot more coverage of it, is that, the shotgun set draw, which I hate seeing.
I know. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah, it's just...
You can run out of a shotgun. The draw, literally, it's basically like running a screen. Except for in a screen, your running back can drop the ball if he sees he doesn't have anything.
Well, and he gets some momentum moving forward already.
Draw is like,
He's
you're just
moving.
hoping that they're running after the quarterback. That's what you're hoping for.
Coming out of this game, though, I did think it was hilarious that Sam Darnold said that the Jets have a shot at the playoffs.
God.
I understand that, yes, if they win out, they do.
I mean, they're competitive. They're football players. I get it. You got to say what you got to say. But, you're 2-7.
Dude,
stop.
So this, I was talking to one of the guys at my work who's a Giants fan, and I was like, can you believe Sam Darnold after the game said that he still thinks they have a chance? And I'm like, even if the media guys asking him hey, you think you still got a chance? I'm like, no, I'm focused on winning next week.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the appropriate response. You're like,
I'm not Tom Brady.
This guy's like, yeah, we're making the postseason this year.
We got a real run at this. We got a real shot at this.
Yeah, you're like, okay, dude, 2-9 or no, 2-7.
2-7.
Yeah.
Still, I was like, gosh.
Yeah. Then we had the Rams in the Steelers game. The Steelers pulling that out. The Rams, I mean, they're not the team.
Garbage.
They're not the team we all thought they were.
They're garbage.
Yeah.
They're garbage. I mean, they're not we're not talking.
They're not a pile of garbage,
bad,
but yeah,
they are a fragment of what they were last year.
Yes.
And I hate to be the one that says I told you so, but when you spend that much money on 1 year, and then you have to go back and retool, they're not going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And then look at everybody that's in their division. The 49ers have retooled for the next decade. The Seahawks, as long as Russell Wilson's behind center, are fine.
Yeah.
You gave away everything that you had in order to build to this point, and what has it gotten you? Nowhere. You're the third best team in that division in a conference with juggernauts.
Mm-hmm.
There's some great football being played in the NFC. You're not going to make the playoffs at this point. I don't see it.
I don't think they're making the playoffs this year either.
Yeah.
That was a big loss last week for them.
And the Steelers are not great.
They're a solid team. They're
solid,
The
but they're
Steelers
not.
play good defense, but the Rams offense gave that to the Steelers defense.
The Steelers could make the playoffs. Let's just put it that way. They're like that fringe playoff team.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
definitely. The Steelers aren't a bad team. If they keep getting injured like this, they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But like we're talking about a team that's on their second string quarterback, and you made it look like your quarterback was a second string quarterback. Like like their defense is solid, but they're young.
Yeah.
They're not great. They have the potential to be great, but they're not there yet. They're still, they got a lot of kinks to figure out. But we're talking about a defense within the next 2 to 3 years that's going to be good. And they made the Rams look like a Pop Warner football team.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Sean McVay's offense last year looking like a guru, looking like
it was based off of
everything.
a healthy Todd Gurley. His offense was solely about having a healthy Todd Gurley. And unless
their line hasn't looked great either, though. To be honest, like let's just be fair. Like they're not blocking the same way.
The thing last year was that worst case scenario, they could have a Todd Gurley in space coming out of the backfield. So even if their offensive line completely bailed on a play, Todd Gurley was going to get 6 or 7 yards.
Yeah.
And he can't do that this year. He's lost a step.
Agreed. And then the last afternoon game, second afternoon game we had was the Panthers and the Packers. It was a great matchup. Packers look legit, and
Aaron Jones is a dick.
Aaron Jones is a dick. The Packers defense,
He dicked you.
Did show up, and they played well. But yeah, he dicked you.
Yeah, I mean, I still won, so it was all right. 13 carries,
It is
93
all right.
yards, and 3 touchdowns. I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
He's good.
he is. He's good. Then we had the Vikings and the Cowboys, with the Vikings pulling that one out. The Cowboys are another team like the Rams, in my opinion, where it's just like, I thought they were going to be a lot better than they're showing.
The Cowboys, to me, I mean, I won't say the Rams. I didn't think the Rams were going to be good this year. But the Cowboys, they don't know how to beat good talent. They can beat up on every bad team.
Yeah.
But when it comes to playing a quality team, they don't show up.
They don't show up.
And, I mean, what can you blame this game on? I mean, you have one of the best running backs in football. You have, a quarterback that has the ability to be one of the best quarterbacks in football. So what can you blame it on? I think there's one thing that you can blame it on. Is coaching.
Jason Garrett.
As long as Jason Garrett's the head coach there, this team is going to underperform.
Yep.
There's not a doubt in my mind that that's inevitable. He as long as he is the front runner of that organization, they're going to underperform. The expectation is not high enough for them.
Yeah. In the last afternoon, or the Monday night game that we had week 10 was the Seahawks and the 49ers. It was a great game. Going into overtime, Seahawks give the 49ers their first loss. That game, I mean, I know it was tough for you guys because you were going up against two players in Monday Night Football with Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, but the Seahawks, man,
they look good.
We've
been saying it for a while.
They know how to win.
One other point that I'd like to make. The Seahawks looked fantastic. Jimmy Garoppolo looked terrible.
Yes.
Awful. I mean, he hasn't been having like a MVP caliber season, but he's done enough for them to win games. I mean, he was making throws like, why are you throwing that? Take the sack.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's going on? And it could have been a lot worse. Like, there was some really bad dropped interceptions that the Seahawks had. They could have easily gone for 6. But I was watching the whole thing, and I was like, damn, Jimmy G.
But this is like the same thing that we were talking about with, I know he's not a rookie quarterback. This is like his first real season because he was out last season. And he's always leaned on George Kittle, who is, the best tight end in football. He's out, and you see the mistakes that he makes.
But I still think, like, we're talking about a dude that had deer in the headlights one too many times back there. Yeah. And I don't think taking a player away in that sense, like, I can understand, but, like, you still have to have the smarts. Oh, my God.
Wow. He got mossed. That's... Wow. That was a beast move right there. But yeah, I don't know. It's for me. It's just like Jimmy G. Kittle's like his first look, and with him not on the field, that takes away where he's going to go with the ball. That's like his safety net. That's where he's looking, and he's going to be out another couple weeks. And Emmanuel Sanders is out next week. I can see the
I get like when your weapons are gone, but like we're talking about like bad mistakes, like throwing the ball, trying to fit it into situations where it's like you should either throw it away or take the sack. And those are mistakes that you would make regardless of having your players out there or not. And that's what I saw, and I didn't see that from Jimmy Garoppolo all year.
Yeah.
So he was pressing a lot, which was not like him.
And I mean, this game could have been a lot different if they had their kicker in all reality. And that kick was atrocious.
Yeah, he played for the Chargers for a little bit this year.
Yeah, you could tell.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
You could tell the moment got to him on that kick.
Well, that's a true ice of the kicker moment.
Yeah, that kicker totally.
Yeah, they iced
that
him.
Looked like
He was
us
just
trying to
back
go out there and make that kick. That's what that looked like.
That was bad.
It was bad.
Not Josh Lambo bad, but bad.
Yeah.
That still is the worst kick I've ever seen.
Josh Lambo?
The one that he had when he like booted it basically into like the tunnel.
Well, this one went into the tunnel too. The one that the 49ers kicker kicked.
Yeah, they were both pretty bad.
It was just the video from inside the tunnel was hilarious. Everybody's like dodging it and out of the way. It was no one expects it.
I felt so bad for him.
I don't feel bad for kickers.
I didn't feel bad for him.
I did. I felt bad for him.
It just
It comes down to it, and it's like I feel bad for kickers when it's like you miss a close field goal. It's not an easy thing to do. Like, you know, we give kickers all this hard like time. Like it's like you have one job to do. It's not an easy thing to do.
I don't feel bad for him because he was literally not playing for anybody before. So he was just like,
well, this was his opportunity. He fucked it up. That's why I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
All right, I
Like,
understand.
You get what I'm saying? So that dude's career shot because he missed that kick.
Yeah. Looking forward, week 11, some games to highlight. We got the Texans and the Rams. It's like a battle of the MVPs right here. Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson.
That's right. Squaring off.
Texans coming off a bye week.
Fantasy matchup too.
Yep.
There they are. Look at that stare.
But yeah, Texans off the bye week. I love teams coming off the bye week. Just gives you extra time to game plan and see what's going on. But Lamar Jackson is literally the human highlight reel, so he's hard to game plan for.
I would like to mention though that they had to play the Bengals last week, and
that spin move, that was Michael Vick-esque. Like that was insane.
I'm not gonna lie to you, and you guys might like hit me for this. Lamar Jackson is way better than Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Like, way better.
Yes.
In certain regards. On his legs, I feel like Michael Vick's probably better.
I think Lamar Jackson's better. I think Michael Vick scrambled like a quarterback and didn't know how to run like a running back. Lamar Jackson runs like a running back when he's in the open field.
They're both lightning quick.
They're both lightning quick. They both have great vision in the field.
Uh-huh.
But I will say the only thing Michael Vick has, Michael Vick had a better arm.
He has a freaking cannon.
He could throw it farther.
I feel like he lasered it in there.
He had better arm strength.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I just feel like Lamar Jackson, John Harbaugh puts him in a better position to make throws. Where I can't remember who the head coach of the Falcons was, but I know Andy Reid was his coach with the Eagles. I felt like there was always just like a play towards the player. So they didn't run plays that like benefit him, like where it's like, all right, you don't have the best accuracy, so we're just gonna throw it deep. Like Lamar Jackson gets like wide open people over the middle of the field.
Yeah, I agree, but regardless, he's incredible.
Oh, he's insane.
Then we have the Eagles and the Patriots.
Well, who do you think's winning that matchup though?
All I got to say is the Eagles won last time. No.
Again, like I said before, love teams coming off bye weeks.
Wait, who's winning the?
The Texans and Ravens game? I'm gonna give it to the Ravens. I mean, they're just explosive. Their defense is showing up, so I think that's the difference in this game.
You gotta roll.
It's hard to contain Lamar Jackson So I feel like that Texans D line
Oh,
is going to
yeah.
have trouble.
It's just weird because like their 2 losses, they lost to the Chiefs, which is like it was a heavy set matchup,
Mhm.
and they lost to the Browns, which was very confusing. The rest of them, like they've beat good football teams, like Steelers, Seahawks, Patriots. Like they got some good matches in there. I mean, I don't know if this game's gonna be close. I think the Ravens might win it by a couple touchdowns.
Yeah, agreed.
I think that the Tech, like it could be a higher scoring game for sure. Like I could see it going both ways, but I think that ultimately the defense of the Texans is just too hurt at this point.
Yes.
And honestly, just nobody has an answer for Lamar Jackson at this point.
Yeah.
Like that's
yeah,
it.
That's what it is. That's what I mean. It's like the injuries on the D line and linebacking core for the Texans
That'll
is going
be
to
a
be
high-scoring
detrimental to the
game.
Ravens.
I hope so.
I think it will.
I don't know if it'll be high scoring.
You don't think so?
I think the Ravens are going to.
It's
either gonna be
the over under
You
on
can't
that?
forget about Deshaun Watson, man. Like the dude pulls like a rabbit out of a hat.
Yeah,
Like
that's very true.
Like Lamar Jackson's fantastic, but Deshaun Watson makes plays with his legs.
We were just saying 2
Like,
MVP
yeah.
candidates. Like those are 2 of the 3
Like,
guys who are.
I don't
like,
think that he's gonna
frontrunners.
put up a dud. Oh my god!
Dude, Mason Rudolph.
Who started
sucks.
the Browns defense?
God, I thought about starting him because I had them as my defense a few weeks back. I'm like, oh, I can hold on to him. And then I'm like, they just weren't doing anything.
Yeah, the over under for the Texans Ravens game is 51.5.
It seems like it'd be. I would take the over on that game.
I'm taking under.
51.5?
Yeah,
That's a lot.
it's a lot. I'd take the
You're
under.
taking a lock on the under?
I'd take an under for
Under.
sure.
Mhm.
51.5. Wow. No, I'd take the over on that one.
That means that they each have to score
It'd be like 30 to
4,
20.
yeah, like 4 touchdowns.
30 to 20 is, yeah, that's definitely doable.
Yeah, but it'd have to be over that.
Yeah.
Like you're looking at like 9 touchdowns in the game.
They could go over that.
That's a high over. That's even
That's a
higher
high
than the
over.
Ravens Chiefs game was. That one was 48, I think.
Yeah,
It was back like
it's a high over.
Well, we'll see next week.
We'll see.
You'll see who's right. I got the over on that.
Eagles Patriots. Love teams coming off buys, like I said. Gotta go
both
Patriots.
came off buys.
Oh, did they? The Eagles had a
Yeah.
bye last week?
Yeah.
Well, then this is a stalemate. It's going to be ending in a tie.
It's a tie.
Tie ball game.
No, I think you still got to roll Patriots.
I'm
And I
going,
feel like
I'm going Eagles.
you're going Eagles?
Yeah.
Send some good vibes out there?
I'm going Eagles because I believe that Carson Wentz is still an MVP caliber quarterback. I
Wow.
think that there are a lot of holes in the Eagles defense, but I think ultimately the Patriots are still struggling to figure out their identity offensively.
I feel like this bye week was their opportunity to kind of fix whatever issues they had offensively.
I mean,
And
we're
think
talking
you could
about
see
a,
them
we're
maybe
talking about a
kind-
team that literally defense has been carrying them all year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't necessarily like had to see what they can do offensively. So I have a hard time thinking.
Well, they did just lose to the Ravens pretty badly.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't get shit done offensively.
And Mark Ingram ran all over them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, because they wanted to make sure Lamar Jackson didn't run all over him.
That's fine. I just think, like I said, Carson Wentz is still an MVP caliber quarterback in my opinion, and I think that he has the ability to at least give his players an opportunity to win.
All right. Then you have the Rams and the Bears. I'm going Bears here.
Really?
I'm gonna go Rams.
I
know I just raked on them a minute ago, but like it's Mitchell Trubisky.
I was like, I've given up on the Bears. I've thought the Bears were contenders for most of this year, and I've finally just thrown in the towel. They're just not a good team.
Yeah, Connor Cup, man, dude's having a freaking hell of a year.
Cooper.
Cooper Cup, same shit. Connor Cooper.
We do that every time.
Basically,
I know you guys do. That's why.
Yeah. I just feel like, the Bears have not looked good this season, but this is like a typical Bears thing to do to make people feel like, hey, we could still be a real team. And Mitchell Trubisky has not looked good, but I think that they can get the run game going a little bit and give him some more time. This one's like
Why?
a fun game. Bills and Dolphins.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else. Dude,
What you thought I was
the
gonna go
Dolphins
through?
look better.
A lot better.
A lot better.
Not just better, a lot better. Like,
This is a scary
compare them
matchup
from
for the,
week 1 to where they are now.
Well, it's just like the front office didn't tell the coaching staff that, hey, we're not winning games, and they're just like, hey, we could win games.
the Fitzmagic's back. It's a scary matchup for the Bills because their defense is fantastic, but at the same time, they
I don't know, the Bills really haven't played anybody, and I know that, these last couple of weeks they've had some challenges, and I think that shows the weaknesses that they have.
I think when a team has nothing to lose and everything to gain, it's really hard to predict what the outcome is going to be. And the Bills should definitely win this game, but it's a divisional rivalry, and we just saw a Bills team that had a hard time scoring points against the Browns, who haven't had the best defense all year. Yeah, man, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Then we have the Monday night game, Kansas City and the Chargers playing in Mexico. So that should be fun.
Yes, altitude. Somebody's going to hit a 70-yarder.
That's what
That's
I
my
was thinking
bold
about
prediction.
cutting Badgley, and I was like, wait a second, they're playing in New Mexico City. I'm keeping that motherfucker.
Yeah, somebody's going to hit a 70-yarder.
That would be ridiculous.
Bucker.
Well, this game got moved last year.
Yeah. Field conditions were terrible, so.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. The Chargers will probably win this game because they shouldn't. Like,
They do that every time. Like, every time you're ready to throw dirt on them,
yeah.
they
The
come
thing
back
is, though,
and
is
surprise
that
you.
their offensive line has not been able to protect Phillip Rivers all year, and if the Chiefs' defense do anything right, they get after the quarterback. They do a really good job of executing plays to put a quarterback under duress. So this game's going to come down to Austin Eckler and Melvin Gordon, and see if they can sustain a run against a team that has had a hard time, stopping the run all year.
Don't forget that 70-yard Mike Williams touchdown, too, is going to happen.
That's going to definitely happen.
And then they're going to do some, end around with Mike Williams, and he's going to take another 70 yards upfield.
There you go. You're all about the 70, huh?
I don't know. It just
70
seems
yard
like a
kick,
nice
70 yard touchdown, 70
It
yard
seems
run.
like a good number, doesn't it? Well, especially now that they do.
It's exciting, that's for sure, if it's a 70 yard something.
Well, it's because, the first play, they're going to run it to the running back, and he's going to get 5 yards. And then the next play is the end around, or it's the deep shot. And
Gotcha.
Mike Williams is getting it done.
Or like a reverse to Mike Williams.
Yeah.
There you go. Flea flicker.
Keep dreaming.
Flea flicker with Mike Williams.
And then he got a third
takes off.
touchdown, too.
Yeah. So we don't have any undefeated teams left. We still have a defeated team with the Bengals coming off their bye week. They're going up against the Raiders. We think they're going to keep it rolling?
No, I think that they're going to beat the Raiders.
All right. So next week, week 11, no undefeated teams.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I think we're going to see a new quarterback. And since last time, I was so heavily against new quarterbacks. I'm rolling with, was it Ryan Finley?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go Ryan Finley.
It doesn't matter.
He's going to throw for 3 touchdowns against the Raiders.
All right. Usually we do a lock of the week now. It doesn't matter. We're kicked out of the lock of the week. The pick and pool, we lost with the Colts last week. So that's dead. Brandon, you got any NBA stuff?
Let's see.
It's all right if you don't. You can just say
Nothing
no.
too crazy. What's his name? Carmelo Anthony signed with the Portland Trail Blazers today.
Saw that.
I don't really give a shit about him, but that's news. People actually care about him still.
I don't know why.
Outside of that, nothing too crazy. I know you saw that thing with Austin Rivers and Doc. Austin basically begging the ref to tee up Doc Rivers because
That was hilarious.
the funny thing is Doc had every right to be pissed off because the officials fucked up on that call. They literally took 3 timeouts off the team and they wouldn't let him advance the ball, and that's why he was getting pissed off. And then afterwards, the refs admitted that they fucked up. And you're like, it's too late. Whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that graphic of seeing him.
No, that's the funny part about it is too, because Austin just got traded by Doc a little over a year ago.
And he's asking for
And
the T.
And then now he's basically asking for his dad to get teed up. I don't know. It's pretty funny.
That is funny. All right. I got the stat of the week this week since I didn't tell you guys to get one.
Stat of the day, stat of the day, dabba-doo-ba-doo, stat of the day, stat of the day. Here comes that what? Stat of the day. Bop.
So my stat of the week is football. It's centered around Lamar Jackson. First off,
Your boyfriend?
Lamar Jackson is younger than Joe Burrow, who beat Alabama this week,
yeah.
which I think is pretty funny to think about.
Mm-hmm.
And then also through his first 16 starts, he has more rushing yards than LT.
Wow. That's impressive. Wow.
Yeah, which is pretty funny. But yeah,
And LT, I felt like had like a hot start to his career. It's not like he like was one of those running backs who kind of like had to slowly get acclimated to the league. It seemed like he came onto the scene pretty strong too.
yeah. Let me see if I can find the actual numbers on it. It's LT had 1,236 yards, and Lamar Jackson has 1,258. So,
Yeah,
best running back in the league.
best back.
That's crazy.
Must be nice to have him on your fantasy team,
I
huh?
legit thought that they were going to block
He
that
is.
and run it back for a touchdown.
Another Lamar Jackson stat is he had a perfect QB rating for the second time this season.
I think you have something on your lips there, Dean.
No,
Oh, damn. That's dirty.
should I take my knee pads off now, or?
Yeah. God.
Anyways, everybody, we are the Three Amigos and a podcast. Listen to us everywhere. Listen to podcasts, and we will be back next week. See ya.
Later.